I've got the fantasy breakdown of the huge PASCAL SIAKAM trade coming up next on Beat the Odds. Don't go anywhere. Hello sports fans and welcome back to another episode of Beat the Odds. I'm going to give you my breakdown of the massive trade between the Raptors and Pacers that happened earlier today. If you like this content, please smash that like button. And a special thanks to all of our subscribers who have been watching these videos, as you now account for 20% of all viewers. To the other 80% of viewers that haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so as it helps me create these videos for you. Also, leave a comment on what your thoughts are about this blockbuster trade. This episode is brought to you by Thrive Fantasy Sports. Use the promo code BEATTHEODDS to double your first deposit up to $250. And first-time users get a free square. Like tonight, if you bet on Steph Curry to score 1 point, and he does, then you win. Now, if you're unaware of the trade that went down today, the Raptors sent two-time All-Star PASCAL SIAKAM to the Indiana Pacers in exchange for utility swingman Bruce Brown, forward Jordan Nwora, and 3 first-round draft picks from the Pacers. The Pelicans will also be tossing in Kira Lewis Jr. to the Raptors as part of this trade. Who won the trade? Well, I asked you, the audience, and it's split down the middle, kind of with the Pacers coming out on top. I'll let you know what my pick is in the closing thoughts. Now, this trade is a case of addition by subtraction for the Raptors, at least in the short term. With OG trade bringing back Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett, and with Coach Darko saying Scottie Barnes is going to be the face of the NBA in his tirade against the refs last week, it's abundantly clear that the Raptors front office is gearing the team around Scottie as their star player. By dealing Siakam, the team's leader in usage, it is going to free up Scottie to officially become the main attraction on offense. I expect that we're going to see some potentially monster lines coming from Scottie Barnes to close out this year. Now, the Pacers have boasted the league's best offense and fastest pace all season long, and that plays extraordinarily well with the addition of PASCAL SIAKAM. He's one of the quickest power forwards in the game, and he has thrived in the Raptors' fast break offense, so you can expect that he's going to be able to make an immediate impact for this team. The Pacers should be considered amongst the top 5 teams in the East going forward with this trade. So what exactly are the Raptors getting? Well, Bruce Brown is a journeyman combo guard that can slot in at small forward. He contributes in most counting categories and is a solid defender. He's going to slot in nicely in the newly revamped Raptor lineup as a low-usage rim runner. He remains a solid player that should be rostered in most formats. Jordan Nwora is an athletic wing that was buried in the Pacers depth chart. He's likely going to end up on the Raptors bench, but he could find himself in a good position to gain some minutes if he can be efficient with his shot selection. He could be a player to watch in deeper leagues, but he's likely not going to make much of an impact on most 12-team rosters. And Kira Lewis Jr. was packaged into this deal to really try to get the New Orleans Pelicans below the luxury tax line. He should slot in behind Emmanuel Quickley and Dennis Schroeder and likely see minimal run. Now, the Raptors also received 3 first-round picks, courtesy of the Indiana Pacers. Given the direction of the Pacers, it's unlikely that these are going to result in lottery picks, but it should provide some capital for the Raptors to continue to build their team around Scottie Barnes. The Pacers, on the other hand, are getting the best player in the deal by far. PASCAL SIAKAM is a second-team All-NBA player capable of putting up some impressive well-rounded stat lines. Pairing him with Tyrese Halliburton is going to be a real treat to watch. I expect Siakam to lead the team in scoring for the rest of the season. It's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be able to space with another three-point shooter in Miles Turner. That's something that I am going to be keeping my eye on. Nevertheless, this team that was already an offensive powerhouse has just added to that offense. On defense, Siakam can cover multiple positions, but he's not an elite defender, and he can be overmatched against larger power forwards. From a fantasy standpoint, though, Siakam's top 75 status in the league will likely rise in this fast-paced offense. If you're holding on to shares of Obi Toppin, Aaron Nesmith, Jalen Smith, or Isaiah Jackson, it may be time to drop them, as PASCAL is going to see the lion's share of minutes at power forward, which will make minutes hard to come by for the rest. So who won the trade? If you're answering this question as to the impact this trade will have this season, it's pretty clear that the Pacers are going to be the winners, as they are now primed to make a push to become one of the Eastern Conference elite teams. The haul that the Raptors received in this deal, however, cannot be understated, as there is plenty of assets coming back that should position the Raptors quite well to make moves of their own that can prepare the team to make a run down the road. And that's going to do it here for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I am going to sign off for now, but I'm going to catch you guys on the next episode.